Some stories have clear endings. They arrive at a conclusion, a final sentence, a moment where everything finally makes sense. But many stories don't end that way. They don't reach clarity. They don't resolve. They simply stop. Not suddenly, not dramatically. They stop quietly. Not because the truth was hidden, not because someone was lying, but because the facts never went any further. There is a point where evidence runs out, where records end, where certainty fades. And beyond that point, there is nothing solid to hold on to. History is full of moments like this. Science is too. We study them for years, sometimes for decades. We collect documents. We repeat experiments. We analyze every detail we can find. And still, at the end of all that effort, there is a line we cannot cross. This is not failure. This is not ignorance. This is simply where certainty ends. Humans are deeply uncomfortable with this idea. We like answers. We prefer conclusions. We want stories to end properly. An unfinished story feels wrong. It feels incomplete. When something has no ending, we feel the urge to complete it ourselves. We fill the gaps. We guess. We assume. We create explanations, sometimes without realizing it. But assumptions are not facts. They are comfort. They are attempts to silence uncertainty. And uncertainty is something we struggle to live with. We want to believe that everything can be explained, that every question has an answer, that if we search long enough, clarity will eventually appear. But that belief is not always true. There are questions that remain open, not temporarily, but permanently. And learning to accept that is not easy. Much of human history exists in fragments. We have names, dates, artifacts, but not meaning. We know that something happened. Sometimes we even know how it happened. But why? Why is often missing. Entire civilizations leave behind ruins, tools, symbols, and stories, but no explanation. We interpret what we see. We connect pieces. But interpretation is not certainty. It is our best guess. History does not speak clearly. It whispers. And sometimes, it stays silent. There are events recorded in detail, yet still misunderstood. Moments that shaped the world, but left behind unanswered questions. Not because the answers were erased, but because no one ever knew them in the first place. Science is often seen as a machine for answers, a system that turns questions into facts. And in many ways, it does. But science also has boundaries. Clear ones, honest ones. A good scientist knows when to stop, knows when evidence ends, knows when saying, "we don't know," is the only accurate response. Unanswered questions in science are not weaknesses. They are boundaries, markers of how far understanding can currently reach. They remind us that knowledge is incomplete, that progress does not mean certainty, that some mysteries remain, not because we are careless, but because reality itself is complex, and sometimes unknowable. The same pattern appears in everyday life. Time, for example, is rarely lost in dramatic moments. It doesn't disappear all at once. It fades slowly, quietly, through small decisions made again and again and again. Years pass without warning. No announcement, no clear moment of loss. Only later do we realize something important is missing. We look back and wonder where it went. But there was no single mistake, no obvious turning point, just time moving forward, while attention stayed elsewhere. This kind of loss is hard to recognize because it doesn't feel like loss at all until it's too late. Knowledge works the same way. Some things are learned too late, not because we were careless, not because we ignored advice, but because no one ever pointed them out. These are not secrets. They are not hidden truths. They are simply unspoken. Rules that were never explained. Patterns that were never highlighted. Insights that only become visible in hindsight. By the time we notice them, the moment to use them has often passed. And that realization can be uncomfortable. There is a reason unfinished stories stay with us. The human mind is not designed to sit comfortably with gaps. When something ends without explanation, it creates tension, a quiet pressure to complete the picture. This is not curiosity. It is something deeper. Our brains evolved to search for patterns, to connect cause and effect, to believe that events follow rules we can understand. When those rules break or disappear, the mind resists it. So we fill the space ourselves, sometimes with logic, sometimes with stories, sometimes with explanations that feel right, even when they are not proven. This is why unresolved moments feel heavier than resolved ones. A clear answer allows the mind to rest. An unclear ending keeps it awake. The unknown stays active in memory. It returns unexpectedly, in quiet moments, late at night. This discomfort is not a flaw. It is part of being human, and learning to recognize it. When we believe we understand something completely, we feel safer. But safety does not always come from answers. Sometimes it comes from acceptance, from knowing that uncertainty is not a threat, but a condition of reality. Not every gap needs to be filled. Then there are the stories we tell ourselves. Quiet ones, repeated often. I still have time. I'll deal with it later. This doesn't apply to me. These are not lies meant to deceive others. They are agreements we make with ourselves. Comfortable, temporary, costly. They help us avoid discomfort in the present. But they quietly shape the future. By the time we question them, they have already done their work. Part 8. What this channel is and is not. This channel is not here to resolve these things. We are not here to motivate, not here to advise, not here to provide answers. We are here to observe, to describe what can be proven, and to stop exactly where proof ends. No speculation, no conclusions, just the facts, and the silence that follows them. Some questions will remain open, some stories unfinished. That is not a flaw. That is reality. There is honesty in knowing where understanding ends. There is clarity in stopping at the right point. Not everything is meant to be solved. Not everything needs an ending. This is where the facts end, as far as we know.